This is Randall Neighbors. I'm at 455 Skyline Drive in Center Point, Texas. It is September 5th, 2024. In February of 2023, I noticed a fissure forming along the bluff edge here, and decided I needed to move the fence because if the bluff caved off where that fissure was, it was going to only leave a couple feet for the deer to pass through here. So I went ahead and moved the fence over. You can see the little jog. Well, it finally happened. The night before last, when we were getting all the rain, the bluff finally caved off. There it is. It was a section about 50 or 60 feet long, 20 feet deep, wide, whatever you want to call it. The crack was getting larger and larger. In the last couple months, it was getting pretty sizable. And this edge here, this wasn't defined at that point. I wasn't sure where it was going to break off, but in the last few weeks, the fissure formed along where this dirt bank is here. But that wasn't visible before, and wasn't sure exactly where this was going to. I was afraid it was going to take this whole big little chunk out here too, but fortunately it just took that. The cypress trees are still intact. The other trees that were down there helped slow that down. Fortunately, they didn't make it all the way, take those cypress trees out too, because each one of those chunks of rock is probably 100 or 1,000 tons or whatever. That gray stone down there looks pretty weak, so I think that's what it's just shattered. So this whole bluff was resting on that, and away she went. So that chunk also fell right there, that one right there. At least it's separated. Probably that is the bottom chunk there. But the rest of it went ahead and rolled off of there and went on down. Took those trees out. Anyway, finally happened. I'm glad I moved the fence. Those chunks right there, they came off a few years ago. Well, yeah, this is about a 25-foot drop. It doesn't look like it in the video here, but it's pretty steep drop off the back here. It's about 25 feet. There were a couple Mexican guys. The police were chasing them, and they pulled up in my driveway, and one of them ran back here and ran in the dark and ran off this bluff, fell the 25 feet. And I came out here, and the cops couldn't find him, so I cupped my ears with my hands and was listening, and I heard, "Help, help." So I found him, and I said, "Do you want me to call the police?" And he said, "Yeah, call the police." So search and rescue was out here for 5 hours. 5 hours, using all their toys to lift him up out of there. They could have just taken a stretcher down there, 4 men, and carried him along the bluff edge and then up the stairs, but they wanted to play with all those toys. So anyway, well, it finally happened. Kind of sad. We used to back our trailer up here to throw the brush off that we cut on the property. The gate was back here about right where I'm walking right here. And we would back in here, and there was a rock shelf, and we'd back up onto that. Well, that rock shelf is all gone now. It's down there somewhere. Maybe later this winter, I'll go down there, see if the path is still accessible along there. It looks like maybe it is. I may have to cut some tree branches back and such, be able to walk along the river's edge. But kind of sad, lose such a big chunk. All right, well, that pretty much says it all. September 5th, 2024. This fell on the evening of the 23rd in the wee hours of the morning, because there was cactus on part of it, and so from the house you could look down here and see the cactus. And I told Jennifer, said, if you ever look out here and that cactus is gone, well, that means the bluff is gone. So sure enough, yesterday morning I looked down here from the house and there was no cactus, so I knew that that the bluff had fallen. And here it is. Over and out.